Welcome to A White Woman in Distress. I'm Amber, your host, and this is a special mini-series dedicated to unknown persons. Over time, remains have been found, or bodies of those who are remembered only as Jane or John Does. These nameless victims, the unidentified souls who left behind stories that have yet to be told. In each episode, we'll explore the details of their disappearances, any mysteries surrounding their deaths, and the efforts to uncover their identities. Though they may be forgotten by many, we are here to shine a light on their cases. If you recognize any of the photos or details, please reach out to the local FBI, NamUs, or your local authorities. This content may include sexual assault, murder, violence. Listener discretion is advised. Please hang out, tag along, and let's get started. Today, we're going to be exploring another cold case of an unidentified person. This time, the remains of a man found in the barren desert of San Bernardino County, California. Back in 1955, he is known as John Doe under the number 2236 UMCA. This man's partial skeletal remains offer little information, and his identity remains a mystery. The exact location was desolate, remote, and not often traveled. The body had likely been there for years, making it difficult to determine much about this man and who he was and what kind of life he had, or how he even died. His remains were scattered, suggesting exposure to the elements for long periods of time, and there were no immediate signs of what had caused his death. From the skeletal remains, authorities have been able to estimate that the man was between 30 and 50 years old at the time of his death, and it was believed that he was of Asian descent. Unfortunately, beyond these basic physical characteristics, much remains unknown. His height, weight, hair color, and eye color couldn't be determined, adding to the challenges investigators have faced in solving this case. No clothing or personal items were found with the remains, which further deepened the mystery. He was completely exposed to the elements by the time he was discovered, and without any belongings, investigators were left with very few clues as to his identity or how he even ended up in such a remote location. One of the few potential helpful pieces of evidence is the man's dental records. A filling or crown was managed to be found among the skeletal remains, and dentals have been recorded for comparison purposes. While dental records can be a powerful tool in identifying the deceased, no matches have yet been found in this case. DNA samples were also submitted, but as of now, the tests remain incomplete. With advancements in forensic science, there is hope that DNA analysis could eventually help provide a lead on who this man was. But for now, he still remains unidentified. San Bernardino, California is known for its sprawling deserts, a place where the environment can be unforgiving. The fact that this man was found with no clothing, personal items, or even clear ID of who he is makes this case particularly haunting. Was he a traveler? Was he a victim of foul play? Or was he someone who just simply became lost in the wilderness and met a tragic end? One theory that often circulates in such cases is that the individual might have been a migrant worker or someone traveling through the area. The desert can be a final resting place for many who are lost to harsh conditions or criminal circumstances, but without more evidence, it's impossible to say for sure. Despite the case dating back to 1955, the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, Coroner's Division, continues to hold out hope that someone may come forward with information. This case is now over 65 years old, and the lack of any personal belongings or distinct identifiers makes it all the more difficult to solve. However, with the ongoing advancements in forensic technology and the possibility of future DNA breakthroughs, there is still a chance that this man may one day be identified. In the meantime, the identity of UMCA remains a mystery and is known just for a skeleton that was found in the desert with no name, no story, and no known family searching for him. The questions still linger that who was he and what brought him to such an isolated place? And most importantly, can a name be restored to him? The case of 2236 UMCA is yet another reminder of how many unidentified individuals who remain nameless and forgotten. If you or anyone you know has any information about this case, even if it seems insignificant, please contact the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, Coroner's Division. At every piece of information, no matter how small, it could possibly provide the answers needed to solve this case. So thank you for listening to today's episode. And don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. I'm on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Spotify. Together, we can ensure that no victim is forgotten and that every story has had a chance to be told. Until next time, stay safe and vigilant. And remember, if you see something, say something and do something.